Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome to the match preview of Barcelona versus Elche as Barcelona do indeed return to La Liga action. And of course, as we all know guys, we are in desperate need of 3 points. We've got to start winning matches and this game here on Saturday is actually our second last before the end of the year, before a short, Christmas break if you like in La Liga. We play of course Elche here on the Saturday and then Sevilla away on the Tuesday for a massive game there to really wrap up our 2021. So I think a win in tomorrow's game, guys, against Elche, it's absolutely imperative. We have to be in next season's Champions League. We've got to start winning matches. So let's do this. And this fixture will be coming to us live back at the Camp Nou at 6:30 PM local time in Spain. So watch out for that one, guys. And actually elsewhere this weekend, there's some really interesting fixtures. Some good ones too in La Liga for you guys to look out for. We've got Real Sociedad versus Villarreal. We've got Sevilla versus Atletico de Madrid. And then we've got Athletic Club up against Real Betis. So this match week, teams will be dropping points. Teams we want to be getting closer to in the top four certainly will be dropping points. And we've got to capitalise. And of course, this is how the table looks right now, and this is what I mean, guys, when I say we've got to capitalise. We are very, very far off where we need to be right now, honestly, and as we've said for a while, guys, we've got to start winning matches on a consistent basis. Right now, we're 5 points off Atletico Madrid in 4th place, and even further off sides like Sevilla and Betis. So you know what, guys, we've got to start winning games. We have to start making up some ground, and in tomorrow's game, it really does feel as much of a must-win as any other. And let's begin with Barcelona then, who I think right now actually are in quite an interesting spot, if you like, under Xavi. I think we've still got our clear issues, and I actually feel as if the fans are almost pretty down and almost resigned about the season because of, the way it's gone. I think right now the team feels pretty incapable. We've got so many players missing constantly. It feels like, we're reading off a list of, 7 players each match week who are saying we're unavailable. I think when you look at our defending, we look incredibly weak in defence. It's very easy to score against us. We can't really hold up against any team. In attack, we feel close to toothless really, and it almost feels impossible to score sometimes. There's no real direct goal threat from us. And just in general, guys, you look at the way the season's gone so far, it's been dismal really, hasn't it? It's been really, really tragic, and I think things can feel pretty bleak quite naturally. It's not been easy viewing at all. Almost every game is a big slog. It's very difficult to watch. I think for Barcelona, though, we almost have to forget it and just focus on getting back on our feet. We have to push on this season. We're only in December. I think right now things feel very concentrated, very, anxious, very tough. But the fact of the matter is, guys, the season is very long. Things will open up for Barcelona. New tournaments will come into play. New opportunities will arise, and we've got to take them. I think we can't forget that this season is also massively important for the development of the team. Already, we've seen the amount of young players we're bringing through. And of course, under Xavi now, we have almost a coach for the long term. We're not, under Cuban anymore, where we're thinking, yeah, this is only going to last for another few months. Well, under Xavi now, guys, we've got something to play for. And we have to keep developing as a team. It's that simple. And actually, guys, when I say we've got something to play for, I really mean that. We're already expecting reinforcements and movement in the January transfer window, but for the remainder of the season, guys, we have got things to do. Of course, in La Liga, we've got to get back into the top 4. We really want to push for that. Being in next season's Champions League is imperative for the club, for transfers, for the stability financially off the pitch. It's absolutely imperative. And then you look at the 3 trophies we've got to win, guys. We've got the Supercopa coming up there in January. We've got the Copa del Rey starting very soon, of course, we're the holders of that trophy. We are the side that's won that trophy the most times in history. And then, of course, guys, we've got the Europa League. We've got some really interesting fixtures coming up in that too. So the season's not finished yet, is what I want to say. It feels quite down and miserable right now, but actually, when it turns to 2022, Barcelona have got a goddamn lot to play for, and all we need really, guys, is to get into a rhythm, get into a groove, because as I say, there's still so much on the line this campaign. Regarding team news for tomorrow's game, as I mentioned before, guys, it does feel like we always are, reading off a long list of players unavailable. I suppose tomorrow is pretty similar. The squad list hasn't been released yet, so we're kind of guessing here, but from what we're hearing, guys, of course, Piqué is out due to suspension. Dani Alves is, of course, still unavailable, but then injury-wise, you've got Memphis Depay, Ansu Fati, Martin Braithwaite, Pedri, Sergio Roberto, all unavailable. Jordi Alba is 50-50. It's touch and go with him, whether he'll make a return or not. So let's see. That'll be announced tomorrow. Either way, I don't think he'll start this one, though. So how will Barcelona line up? Honestly, it's really difficult to predict. I actually feel as if predicting lineups under Xavi has been a real challenge for me. I've just kind of, got lost almost every time because of formation and all the little, nuances he could put in the game. It feels like we've always got, a shed load of defenders and then barely any attackers, but that's the way it's been so far. Ter Stegen, of course, will start in goal. In the back 3, I've gone for a back 3 again. I've gone for Araujo, Longley and Titi? Could Eric Garcia play? Of course he could. Could Oscar Mingueza play? Absolutely. Could Barcelona go back to a back four and maybe introduce Serginho Dest or Alex Balde? Yes. So, you know, again, there are options. I'm just trying to predict what I think we could be seeing. Titi didn't play in Saudi Arabia midweek. Neither did Araujo. So I imagine both of them will start just naturally. Mingueza came on. Eric Garcia and Longley started. But I get the feeling Longley could start with Piqué's absence. Pushing further forward, I have again gone for that four of Busquets, De Jong, Nico and Gavi. Every game I think, you know, should I take one of these guys out? Pretty much, you know, De Jong I don't think really deserves to be starting much more anymore, but at the same time I get the feeling that all four of them will play with our options right now. And then up front I've gone for Abdi on the left, Dembele on the right, and then Coutinho almost in a false nine role. I find it difficult really trying to find players to squeeze into this team, as I always do really, and as I say, if you introduce another defender, that maybe that makes things easier for us. You take out a midfielder maybe, or you take out Coutinho for someone like Jordi Alba, and all of a sudden things maybe look a little more natural. But I just don't really see the point of playing Luke de Jong again. I really don't. He's just so inept up front, really. It really is tragic to watch, actually, sometimes from Luke de Jong. I just don't get it. I think he's completely out of confidence, and he's not even showing some of the virtues that he definitely did have at Sevilla. He was a really important part of their Europa League win, and actually he was a player I valued at Sevilla, but at Barcelona it just doesn't work, so I don't see the point in it. If Coutinho can get in the false nine role, he at least has a shot on him that we hope he uses and scores for us with. I don't know, that's the thinking behind it. We need goals. Demir is probably not going to play with the 10 million fee looming over his head. But I think certainly, you know, left wing, right wing, Dembele, Abde. That's what we're looking for, guys. I think Abde was stunning, honestly, last game. So let's see what he can pull out of his bag of tricks again. And I think tomorrow we need a big performance from Dembele too. But those two on the wings, guys, that's our hope, I think, goal-wise. And on to our opponents in Elche. I think immediately, guys, when us Barcelona fans see the name Elche, I think we're all desperately scrambling and thinking in our minds, thinking, yeah, surely this has to be 3 points. What I would say to that as well, as you all know, nothing is really guaranteed at Barcelona this season. And I think secondly, Elche, well, they'll definitely provide us a scrap tomorrow. I think we know that, you know, Elche, despite the fact they currently sit 16th, and actually last season they finished 17th, so I think it is worth noting that they are, you know, one of La Liga's weaker sides. They're a side who would, of course, always scrap with relegation. But actually, Elche recently sacked their coach, Fran Escribá, and they brought a new coach, Francisco, and actually since then, they have had some hope, you know, instilled into their season. They've won 3 of their last 4 games in all competitions, and the narrow defeat, actually, was only to Valencia at Mestalla. So, look, Elche, they're on the up. They've got a new coach, and I think coming to the Camp Nou, almost any team feels confident right now. We know it'll be a challenge. We know it won't be a walkover. We know the situation we're in right now, guys. And, of course, we are always expecting a tough test nowadays for Barcelona. And to wrap up then with my score prediction, I've gone for Barcelona 1, Elche 0. I almost can't see, you know, more of a bigger Barcelona win than that right now. 1-0, it would feel like a good result for us. And actually, this game, almost more than any of the other ones under Xavi, maybe the first one or the Benfica one, it just feels like such a must-win. I wouldn't say forget the football, because I still feel as if developing this Barcelona team is one of the most important things we can be doing this season. We've got to get a system back, but we've got to win matches, guys. Honestly, it gets to an extent where we can't keep dropping points. We have to start winning matches. And ones like Osasuna, Elche, these sorts of fixtures, guys, it has to be 3 points for Barca. If we want to be getting top 4, if we want to be in next season's Champions League, if we do actually really want to build something, we can't just not win every single week. And I think that's what it's feeling like right now. It's almost surprising that we're still in the top half of the table, because when do we actually win games? So we have to start winning matches. Elche at home at the Camp Nou. Let's hope the crowd is big enough there and that they get behind the team. Let's hope the team produce. I think, again, scoring goals will be a big problem for us. And in defence, we've got to try and hold up, especially with the 3 at the back and, you know, no natural wing-backs, really. But, yeah, I'm going to tie up the video there. Please, as ever, leave any of your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll be getting back to you guys there. And goodbye.